Hi, my name is Ivan Benawan. I'm a computer science student from Diponegoro University. I'm one of the IISMA awardees to the University of Twente. Currently, I'm in the Netherlands studying Geographic Information System and Earth Observation at the ITC Faculty of the University of Twente. The first time I heard about the IISMA program was from my professor back in my home university. He knew so well that I wanted to study abroad. So he gave me some information about this exchange program called IISMA, Indonesian International Student Mobility Awards from the Ministry of Education and Culture of Indonesia. I learned more about the IISMA program, and I also joined some IISMA socialization meetings afterwards. I earned so much information about this program, starting from the background, the benefits, things that we will do, and the requirements. One of the requirements is to have an English proficiency test, which during that time my IELTS was not valid anymore because of the 2 years validity. So I enrolled into a TOEFL ITP test, which takes so much less time compared to IELTS and TOEFL IBT. After doing my ITP, I still have no idea which university or which country should I go, because the university list was given weeks before the enrollment. When the registration is finally opened, I see the universities list, and I found several universities that suits me best, and I chose the University of Twente because I'm interested in the courses they were offering, and they also accept TOEFL ITP. After that, I did my best to prepare for my submission. I prepared all the required files and documents, and I write my essays, and did all the best I could. And finally, I submitted my submission. After a week or so, I got the announcement that I passed the documents, and I go to the interview section. My preparation for the interview was not that much. I mainly prepare for the things on why should I get the scholarship and what will I do after I get the scholarship, both during the program and after the program. And after the interview, about weeks after that, I got the announcement that I am accepted as one of the awardees that will leave to the Netherlands. The pre-departure process was actually quite simple. The main obstacle was, of course, the pandemic. We need to go to the Embassy of the Netherlands to create a visa, but during the pandemic, there are no time slots available. But fortunately, we managed to get all our visas before September, and we finally leave to the Netherlands. I also prepare myself for the weather, for the food, because the weather is known to be a lot cooler from Indonesia. So I brought some jackets, some winter clothes, and also food is known to be very different from Indonesia. So I managed to bring some chili flakes, instant noodles, and Indonesian foods along so that I could relieve my food homesickness while I'm here in the Netherlands. And after arriving in the Netherlands, we have to quarantine ourselves for 10 days. And if we got a negative PCR test on the 5th day, we could leave the quarantine as soon as possible. One of the most prominent things I saw so far in the Netherlands is the use of bicycles. People use bicycles everywhere. It is so shocking because in Indonesia, when you're driving cars or motorbikes, you always lean toward the left side of the road. But here, people are leaning to the right side of the road. And they also have lanes and traffic lights for bikes, so it is kind of confusing as well, but we made it through. We also know that Dutch people are very straightforward. They tend to say things as it is. It might seem rude to us Indonesian, but don't take it personally because it is their culture to say it that way. In the Netherlands, they use appointment for literally everything. To eat at the restaurant, to make a bank account, to have a haircut, or even a visit to a friend. We need to make an appointment beforehand. And if you make an appointment, you need to come on time. Dutch people hate people being late, so if you have an appointment at 10, come at 10, don't be late. Here, I learned Geographic Information Systems in the first quarter and Earth Observation in the second quarter. Back in Indonesia, I was studying computer science, so that is quite challenging for me. But all the teachers and my friends have been very helpful and very supportive and helped me learn throughout all the courses. Universities in the Netherlands have started to do hybrid learning, so you can either do it offline or online. If you want to do it offline, you can just go into class, and if you could not go to the class or you prefer not to, you can just take the online class, and if you wanted to see the recording, you can see it all the time. So it's very convenient and really helpful for both teachers and students. And one more very interesting thing is about attendance. They don't have attendance for classes. In Indonesia, attendance is one of the key aspects of evaluation on your marks. And here, even if you don't come to class at all, as long as you do the quizzes, assignments, and the test well, you get good marks. In general, lectures could be very long, and long lectures could be very boring. So teachers usually come up with the idea of coffee or tea break, so the students can get some coffee and tea so they can freshen up their minds. Dutch people are very work-life balanced. They rarely work on weekends. If you send them email, they will not read it on weekends, or even for group assignments, because no work should be done on weekends. In ITC, we also share our thoughts about Indonesian culture through food festival held on the Youth Pledge Day on the 27th of October 2021. We cook some food, we prepare the foods, and we share them throughout the faculty. People are enjoying our foods. We do have a video about it. And that is how we express our culture and share it throughout the world. We also have group assignments, which consist of mainly 4 to 5 groups of people, and I got the opportunity to be in groups with different people from multiple countries, and knowing people are very different in different countries broaden up my knowledge about their cultures, and learning international higher education with lots of international students also made me more aware of my surroundings. One thing that I think that could be interesting to be implemented in Indonesia is about attendance, because in Indonesia attendance is a key evaluation for your marks, but I don't think people who don't come to classes are people that don't want to study. Nowadays you can do learning just by looking at the internet, so I think attendance is not relevant for evaluation for your marks, and I think that could be interesting to have that system to be implemented in universities across Indonesia. One of the most memorable experiences so far is that I could meet the ambassador of Indonesia to the Kingdom of the Netherlands, and on that day I even became the master of ceremony. To be able to meet him in person, it is one of the most memorable experiences in IISMA Journey so far. I learned so much from this program. This program taught me a lot of things. I learned to be more disciplined. I learned to be more work-life balanced, time efficient, to be on time, treating other cultures well, being respectful for each other, and I'm very grateful for that. By learning within an international environment with international students, you will be thrilled to find differences, because learning different cultures make me see things through different perspective. If we could just take the good things and implement them in our country and in our universities or into our society, that would be a great thing to do. Hopefully people are getting more insight from one another and making Indonesia a better place. I'm Ivan, and I'm officially IISMA bias because having exposure to international higher education broadens up my knowledge, my skills, and my insights. And I think all students from Indonesia have to share the experience as I did. Be bold to go abroad.